Alright, so this is gonna be my daily journal for August 3rd, 2026. I made $261.91. I had a 46.67 win rate. I had two little rough patches in there, but like the one thing that I like is the biggest loss was $63. Um, which honestly I kind of want to look at just that one trade and kind of break that up against something else. So let's do that really fast before I dive into my merge trades. So it was a long. Okay, so that's the only reason I fucked up. I longed like full size, which the reason that I can see me longing is it broke over structure. But that's not fair value yet. There is no fair value yet. So that's an invalid trade. Well, there you go. So that's that. Back to my other trade. So when I merged them together, I dropped myself down to a 25% win rate. But like I said, with the average loss of $35 compared to an average winner of $237. On this, it shows I only have two winners, but that's because I'm scaling in and scaling out of the trade. So we're gonna start off short. I really don't remember why I was thinking a short. This is also pre-market. So for me, this thing did break under structure. It broke under the main structure. But how I'm trading it on literally the weakness. I'm looking for this thing to break structure, which it never did. I'm short at the very, very bottom, and then I gave it too much wiggle room. I know that's not a lot. It's like a point, maybe 2 points. But it's a point. But I mean, still, just super shorting weakness. So no real setup. No setup. Shorting weakness. Well, actually, what I should be doing is this. Let's do the daily. So, like I said, like this kind of had like a little bit of a shake up, and like something like that. So is that like the top end of the triangle right now? So for me, it definitely broke under, but it's a lot of buying pressure. I mean, this thing, like, I mean, it literally just went straight up all freaking day, pretty much. Why I was probably getting short is because it's at the top end of the wedge. But that's the problem, though. It's like just because it's at the top end of the wedge doesn't mean that it's short. I remember looking at this, and I was just like, okay, manipulated the highs, right? Then also manipulated the lows. Came back up. It broke over previous structure. It's trading sideways, and I start to short weakness. So once again, there's no setup here at all. Yeah, it's only $9, but like still, like there's no. What's the point of this short? Like the one thing I do see that I did not see earlier was that. That's a nice short. Like, but like, could I have risked off of that? Yes, that should have been my risk. But once again, like I said, it was manipulating a lot. I was just like, dude, I really have no idea which way this is gonna go. I hopped out, took the loss. I took another loss on the long side. So then this thing opened. It once again manipulated lows, broke over high, but like I said, it did not have a fair value gap. So and there's no real structure either, because like this just went straight up. Now if like this broke out of this level and then say it did something like this, it broke out and then it pulled back to here, even though there's no fair value gap in here, I would have been more willing to get in somewhere in here because there's structure there. There's no structure. It literally rips down, runs, stops, and then rips straight back up. And for me, I don't know, like the only thing I could see is that it did have like a balanced price range, and it like that is the level that it took off on. I'm curious. I can't remember if I got long right after. No, so I went short again. Okay. Okay, so this is the flipping. Okay, so at least I flipped with the right size with one contract. And then I got the long. Okay, so I took short. Took short, got stopped out on the high. Black doji. And I literally flipped bias again. So this is going to be another flipped bias. So I flip bias, starts coming back up, breaks over previous high, has a little pullback. I add a little more size. So I start off with 1, went in with 2, trimmed off 1 for $55 win. Okay, trimmed off 2 for like $100 win. Added back 1. Trimmed off 1 for $96. So the one thing I do like about this is if you look at the difference between this and last week's, like obviously my first scaling in was not the best, But one thing, like in like this and this don't fit with this. But if you start looking, I sold up on strength, right? And this thing valleys, valleys. I'm longing. Not really strength on this one, so that's not the best. Valleys, I'm getting long in the valleys. I'm waiting for this thing to come down and have like a very, very low place. And I'm selling all the pops and then break even. Um, I like that trade. Obviously a chase, but I don't remember. Like I don't remember where I was risking off of. I did looms. None of this shit is freaking loaded up. So I had 4 videos today. Um, and okay, so one of them has loaded up finally. So that's good. So I will be able to start seeing how what I was risking off of. But that, like, for me, that's a good trade. The initial trade was a chase, but I think it's good management after that. Then I stayed long. Put me over there. I think that this needs to be tied in with the last one. I didn't think that it went on that long, but it did. So 31. This merge trades. Okay, so I dropped that win down a little bit. That's fine. Then I took another about $50 loss. So like I said, so I'm longing in the lows, which is good. That I'm trimming off when it breaks under. I'm longing again. Wait, did I get it with 2? So I don't like that. I longed with 2. I should be longing with 1. Like you start off with 1. I trimmed off 1 for $8 loss. Added back 2, and then trimmed. I took off all 3. It looks like. I don't know how the hell that works, to be completely honest. Okay, so long 2, sold 1, long 2, and then 25 seconds later, I got out 2 for a $25 loss, then held the last one for a $10 loss over here. Okay, so that's no one. Not being patient on that at all. Then I got another $200 win, and this one I got thanks to 15-minute. I started to do the same thing that I was doing before, where I started to in my head I was like, hey man, this thing's already went up a lot today. I really think this thing is going to keep going up. I need to long, since this thing's already made a box, try to long closer to the lows if you start seeing a pattern. So let's see. So the only thing broke under structure, made a cup, broke back over the structure again. I must have thought that it was making a cup again. I longed. I got stopped out. It starts coming up, breaks over structure. I long again. Then I sell on strength, which I like. Good job. Sell again on strength, which I like. Good job. I think that's it, because I think I was only in with 2 contracts. 2, sold 1 for $10 loss, got back in 2, and then I got out with 3, and I now remember. Yeah, so I got out here. This is my first target. My main target, like at the very start of the day, was that, and I'm actually going to go into that really fast. So at the very beginning of the day, I had two clear targets marked out. I had right here and then right here. So when you go to the 1 minute, this thing literally broke through the very beginning. But like if you look at just the first long that I took was right here. Shit. Executions 7633. So even at the very beginning of the day, that's where my targets were. I had the wedge drawn in. I had like those two levels drawn in. Actually, here we'll do it like this: 30-minute again. Because I like so you start looking at this stuff, and I was just like, all right. It's already above like all the next levels, and so like the only place I was kind of looking that I was like, all right, this thing might but this is it's too close. So all right, well that might be my first level, like seeing if it can break over 76s. Then this and this are my main levels, and so I hurried up and I drew in my levels, and that was my levels for the beginning of the day. And I was like, dude, like I really hope that it can get up there because that's what I'm aiming for. If it went down, my level was at the gap open, which was not like I was hoping it was going to go up because obviously that's much higher way to go. But my first target was 50 points away, almost 50 points away. My second target was 63 points. That's a huge day on not a lot of like I'm using 3 contracts max, which I'm proud of too. I caught myself because okay, so actually this was nice because we can see kind of what I was looking at. So I had the wedge drawn in. I had this level at 7614, and then 763350 was my final target. I had the manipulation at the high, manipulation at the low. I had the balanced price range. I was watching this yesterday, actually, which is funny because I'm considering trading the Asian, which honestly I'm probably not going to do. It's not doing a lot, so probably just going to go chill with my wife and have a nice night, relaxing. I was kind of sketched out in this level because I was like, man, it looked like it might be making a distribution pattern, and I was like, man, I might be flipping, and then like that's when I caught the ride up, and I got that last win that locked me in. My balances are at $50,608.64 on my main account. The one that I should be trading only Asian, which I'm not, is $49,181.74. And yeah, I'm just trying to grind these things up. Like I said, like this is a very slow market. I'm not going to be trading this at all. I'm going to go chill with my wife. So that's it for my daily journal. Back tomorrow.